This is the plaintiff, Lisa Tesliv. She says she gave the defendant a refundable deposit on an apartment she was interested in renting, and the guy refuses to give her money back unless she has sex with him twice. She was shocked, to say the least. When he told her that, she promptly reported him to the cops for trying to extort her. She thought she could trust the defendant because they're from the same country, but boy, was she wrong. She's suing for $730, the amount of her deposit. This is the defendant, Sasha Choquette. He says the plaintiff gave him the security deposit with the full understanding it was not going to be refunded if she changed her mind about things. She signed a binding lease. He went to great lengths to make sure she understood what she was signing. And here they are because he owes nothing. He's accused of being unclear. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $730 for 1 month's lost rent.
All parties, please raise your right hand. You say to come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Tesliv, you are suing Mr. Choquette for $730, a return of a security deposit that you had placed on an apartment that you ended up changing your mind about. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I wanted to rent cheaper accommodation because I am already almost 5 months looking for a job. I am driving Lyft part-time.
You're driving Lyft?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am driving Lyft, and Los Angeles is like so expensive, and I am living in expensive neighborhood, very nice, and I like that place a lot, but I thought like it's already expensive for me.
All right, so
I
you
couldn't
decided to look
afford-
for a place, and how did you find his place?
I found him on Facebook in Russian in Los Angeles group. Yeah, because I'm from Ukraine and
Okay.
he's also from Ukraine, so he
All right.
speaks Russian also. And yeah, I was looking for cheaper accommodation. I was thinking for a few months I can
Okay,
rent.
so you find his place, and do you go visit it?
Yeah, it was good enough for that price. It was almost double price what I am paying.
All right, so you
my-
gave him a check or cash? What'd you give him?
Cash.
Did you get a
He
receipt?
preferred cash. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have receipt.
May I see the receipt?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, well, he grabbed a piece of paper and a pen and wrote a receipt. This is how it's done. I have received $730 from Ms. Tesliv, and he signs it and he writes the date, September 6th. This was for occupancy when, October 1st?
From October 1st. I
Okay.
had to move on October 1st.
All right, so then what happens? You pay the deposit, and then what happens?
Yeah, and he told me why I signed in the lease because he
Oh,
was...
you signed a lease?
Yeah.
Oh,
he-
can I see the lease?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
He told me that he will give me deposit back if I change my mind because I told him that it's not the I want to move. I am in a position now that I would like to lower my expenses, save a little bit money.
Hold on 1 second. Did you ever tell her you'd give her her money back if she changed your mind?
No, as a matter of fact, we had an argument about it.
Okay, so see, normally when you sign a lease, everything you guys agreed to should be in here. Does this say anywhere that you have, X amount of time to change your mind, or that you can change your mind whenever you want? Because normally when you sign a contract, it means exactly the opposite of what you're saying. It means you can't change your mind. I mean, you can choose where you're going to live, but it means you don't get your money back. So where here does he say, and you can change your mind?
Not in the contract, but he was telling
the contract is the opposite of that. All right, so now you give the deposit on September 6th. What ends up happening? You go back to your apartment and do what?
Yeah, I told my landlord that I am moving because I can't afford anymore. For me, it's expensive. And she said to me that this is not very safe neighborhood. I will be worried about you. I don't want you to move out. I can give you discount till you organize your life, till you find better job. And
So what did she do? She cut your rent in half?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice landlord because she's worried about you? Wow.
Yeah, she's very nice person, and of course, I didn't know that she could do this for me. It's why I was
Right.
also surprised. And
Sure. So
I
then
was
you call him
happy.
and you tell him, listen, I'm not going to move because this is too good.
Yeah,
and then you say, but I want my deposit back. See, I don't blame you for making the decision you made. That was a good decision. But you want your deposit back. And according to you, you never told her it would be refundable. Tell me your defenses to the things she's saying. Because she says you told her that she could completely change her mind.
I was concerned that she hadn't given her notice, and I told her point blank while I looked her right in the eye that I would take her money from her if she didn't give me a 30-day notice. Not only that, I asked her.
You mean if she moved into your place and didn't give notice?
If she moved out of my place and didn't
Moved out of, yeah, if she moved in and then one day was going to move out and didn't give you notice. Okay.
Right. And I also I asked her whether she expected me to give her the money back, and she vehemently denied it.
Wait, why would you ask that?
Because she wasn't sure. She wasn't sure. And I've been
Neither one of you is telling the truth. You know how this happens? This happens. I want the place. She gives the money. You take the money. Nobody discusses whether it's refundable or not. Some landlords will actually write non-refundable, but it doesn't even need saying. That's what a deposit is. If you want it to be refundable, it better say refundable deposit on the receipt or on the lease you signed. Because you're like beyond just putting a deposit, you're signing a lease. And now you're telling me that you said, oh, by the way, you know, it's not going to be refundable. Okay, and what else happened?
And so I said at that point, now that you've spoken,
Okay,
let's
so she
sign
signs
the
a lease and then calls you back how much later?
A week later.
And then says what?
And then says she wants her money back.
And then you say?
And then I say, I tell her no.
What else did you say?
I told her that she couldn't have the money back.
Okay, now according to you, the conversation went a little bit differently. What do you say he said?
I said him like I would like to get my deposit back, and he said, "No, you will not get your deposit back, or if you want to get your deposit back, you should have sex with me twice."
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, it's what he said. He said
Okay.
twice. Yeah.
Did you say that?
No, I did not.
Okay. Do you have any proof that he said that?
No, I was speaking on the phone.
I see where you text him. I'd like to see the text in the phone. Do you have the text? Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and turn your phone on, both of you, and let's see the text in context.
Thank you.
All right. So according to you, on the telephone, he tells you, "Have sex with me twice, not once, twice."
Yeah.
And I will give you back the money. So he offers for you to commit prostitution, and you say no. Correct?
No, I just hand up. I was shocked. I was.
Oh,
like,
did you say
shaking.
anything?
I just said him like, "What do you mean? You told me that you will give me."
Oh, that's the part that offended you, not the where you have sex with me twice and you'll get it back. That didn't offend you. It's the fact that he won't return the money that offended you.
He told me that you can get your deposit back if you will have sex with me twice. And
That's not the part that you went, "Pugh."
Yeah, I was shocked. Yeah, but I told him like, what you talking about? You told me that you will give me money back.
And
if I will
according to you,
change
she's
my
making
mind.
that up to make you look bad.
According to me, she's got no case. She's got no evidence.
That wasn't my question.
Her only
According
hope-
to you,
Yeah.
is she making that statement up to make you look bad?
She's making that statement to harass
Can I
me.
ask you a question?
Yes.
In your answer to the complaint, you do not even mention this.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So she says that the landlord said, if you want your deposit back, you have to have sex with me. Is that an illegal thing to ask?
Yes.
You seem so unsure. What do you say?
I think yes, too. That's a bit far-fetched for the person.
Here's the thing, though. She could just say no. I mean, it's not like he's forcing it. He's just making an offer.
Basically, it's sex for payment, so I think it's illegal, definitely.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
If I was being falsely accused of something in a text, and let's go over that, because she sends you a text, "Hello, Sasha. I trusted you, and now you are refusing to return my money unless I have sex with you twice in order to get my money back. It's unacceptable and considered a crime. Yesterday, I told you I would report you to the police. Also, I'm going to send a physical letters to these addresses, and then she states 2 addresses. Whose addresses are those?
Those are my addresses.
Okay, with an explanation of what you are doing to me. Maybe the people who live there will explain to you that this is wrong. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I guess that's a veiled threat to say to someone you live with that you proposed sex. Let me know if you are going to give me the deposit back as you promised, and I will forget what you said to me on a phone call Friday. Otherwise, I am going to report this as extortion tomorrow.
That sounds like extortion.
Well, if you're telling the truth, then what you were doing was a disgusting pitch to have sex with someone for money, which is illegal. And if you're lying, then that would be a disgusting lie to accuse somebody of that just so you can get your money back. Then on the 16th, he writes you, why did you call me 5 minutes ago? And you answer, I'm in a police station and a police officer would like to talk to you. Give him my number, you said. What happened?
The police officer asked me if that was indeed the case. I told him it wasn't, and that was that.
Is that it?
They asked me if I have proof, and I said like I was speaking on the phone, and they told me that it's not getting recorded, so I can't use it like proof.
Yeah, you say he said it. He says he did.
And he told me,
I hate to say this, but I'm not even sure if that would have a bearing on whether you get your deposit back. I would find it disgusting, but I'm not sure it would even have a bearing because it's not like you're telling me, hey, Judge, I slept with him twice and he still didn't give me my money back. You know, and we had a settlement. That's not even happened, which would bring into play all kinds of other factors about the public policy of allowing prostitution to be a settlement. But we don't even have to talk about all that. We don't have to talk about all that because all you are alleging that happened in the light most favorable to you is that he made a disgusting counteroffer and you rejected it. Either way, what I'm left with is the original agreement. And in the original agreement, you have a receipt that says you paid a deposit. You have a lease that says you're going through with it. And then you ended up with a better circumstance. I get that. I understand why you broke this lease, but you're the one breaching it. And for you to come into court and say, he promised me I'd get it back is not believable because landlords don't do that. And if he did promise it in the future, someone promises that, get it in the lease or get it in the receipt because there's nothing about this that proves your case. It proves otherwise. So I'm finding in this case in favor of the defendant on your claim against him. Now, you have a counterclaim against her for $730 for the first month's rent, but that's what you took the security deposit for, because obviously she didn't even move in. She didn't destroy the place. You took that security for it to be the first month's rent, right?
Wrong, Your Honor. I had the expectation that I was going on vacation as a result of our agreement. This person lied to me from beginning to end.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did you re-rent the place?
No,
Why not?
because I was on vacation.
Okay, well, what are you doing to re-rent it? In other words, you should be trying to re-rent it. I am going to allow you to keep the security deposit to cover all of October. That's it. Re-rent it. Okay, so you, on your counterclaim against her, 0. That's my verdict.
So neither party prevails in these lawsuits. Ms. Tesla, you just lost. Do you understand why? Okay.
Yeah, but what I am thinking, this deposit, it's security deposit. If I move in, if I damage something.
No. You signed the lease and you have to live by it. It's the lease. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I feel sorry for you. And Mr. Choquette, you understand the judge found against you. You understand why? You could be trying to rent the apartment right now.
Well, I can't.
Why?
Because there are people that are relying on me, and I made an agreement where time was of the essence. I was preferring to do it very, very much earlier.
Okay.
So I was very clear about that to the judge. Time is of the essence. She knows that. She's a teacher of law.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All righty? Okay. Harvey?
Okay, look, Doug, I want to talk about what's ultimately important here, which is when it's refundable or when it's not refundable. Put in the contract, which is it, for every element of money that you give the landlord.